Welcome to Dan's Diary, Philippine house style. Welcome to week 15 and welcome to the new number of 210 subscribers. Fantastic. I thank you all very much. I really do. And the only thing I don't know is where you're from. This list here is the list of the locations of my viewers. So I don't know where the subscribers are. However, I hope you enjoy, wherever you're from, this next week's video. I'm going to cut the intro short because I've just seen how long the video is. So YouTube might have a few edits. However, here we go. And we started plastering or rendering the back garage wall on Monday morning. There you go. Health and safety at its best. Now you can see they're doing that wall there. So that's good. That's good. And they've started, let me get around here. And they've started that one as well. Very good. Very good. Right, this room here, the man cave, it's still got the props in. So that's why it's a mess. However, I've just marked on the walls where we want the power points, where we want the outlets. So that's all done. This room should be correct in terms of outlets. The only ones we haven't added are the ones in the ceiling. There'll be 3 outlets in the ceiling for various things. Okay. You can see they've added the end piece on now, so it's beginning to look very nice. Tuesday, it's been half a day since I was here last. We don't want to look at that anymore. That one's more or less finished apart from the block work up to the underneath of there as the infill. And they've got, as I said yesterday, they've got to complete the welds because they're only spot welds, and then they got to prime over the welds. And that's done. That is the next stage. That one there, they're cracking on with that. They're putting the supports in, I'm told. He's been doing a spot of welding earlier on this morning, and I did see 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 beams across for that roof as well. Can you see? So they're cracking on with that one. So after a few days it'll look like that. Yeah, it's all exciting stuff. So according to Joel, week on Wednesday should all be finished, and then he can he told me when it's all done he can then measure the roof and give those measurements to the roofing supplier, who will snip the roof covering, because it's metal, but it's like a corrugated metal. Looks like real slates, but obviously it's all metal, so it lasts longer, it's waterproof, etc, etc. It's easy to install as well. They'll snip it to the exact size. That one there is going to be a pain to do, and then they'll put the edgings on, So week Wednesday, all of this should be finished. Yeah, doing a spot of welding up the top. Right, what else are we going to look at today? There's only 3 real main activities cracking off. There's the roof, which is obviously important. The front wall, which I showed you a bit earlier on. That's cracking on quite well. Hey, look, my forest is growing. And the plastering. So let's go and see the plastering. Right, the plastering boys, what have they done? Well, they've smoothed off all that, or rather they've rendered that. They've rendered the side all the way down. He's having a bit of trouble getting his wood out. And then they've done all that. Now, I'll tell you, boys and girls, shall I? Why is it smooth, rough, smooth, rough, smooth, rough, rough, and the same up there? Well, I'll tell you. They want the rough surface because we're going to put some deco stones that run in a line with these big windows. The deco stones are going to run across and join up with that window, and then they're going to run along the back. So that's why that's rough. The reason that's rough is we've got some deco stones there, and this bit's rough because we're going to do some splatter dash on that. Maybe paint it a different colour, maybe a cream instead of a white or something like that. And we've got that on that side as well. So you see, we're not just throwing this building together, we're actually thinking about it. And Joel has got some very good ideas, so I'm very happy. Our friend up there is making sure it's perpendicular to the millimetre, which is excellent. Just do a couple of spot welds, hold it in place, and then come back later when he's done the entire roof and levelled that, and then do the full welds. Now, our friend there, he's just repairing, if you remember, this access structure was linked into the wall like there. Do you remember we just saw that guy having trouble getting that post out? Well, there was one there as well, so he's just making it good, getting it nice and straight for me so that window fits properly. He's what's called denailing that formwork. There's some more over there. I don't know where they're going to go. Because we've finished all the concrete. Oh, I do. They're going on the columns on the wall. That's where they're going to go. You mark my words. There's the guys up the top enjoying the view. Right, we're in the deep, dark recesses of the man cave here. And as we only marked it out yesterday, I wasn't expecting a great deal of work. But look at that, he's done me... Let me move that so you can see it. Right, the square shape denotes where the speaker wire, it comes out of the wall. Circular shape denotes a power point. So we've got two there, two there, two there, two there. That's the speaker one, that's the speaker one. This side he hasn't installed yet, but you can see the marks. Speaker, power. Ooh, power for the AC right up there. Power and speaker. Speaker, speaker, speaker. What am I talking about? Power, power, power. So the old Sparky's cracking on. Good for him. All that was built yesterday afternoon. Wow, look at that. I just got back from site. The clouds came over all weird and it started lashing it down. So, yeah, I'll tell you what, it's a good job it's 12 o'clock and the guys are at lunch. Oh, Joy just went out to get some dog food, so I don't fancy her little journey to the supermarket. So if this lasts for 30 minutes to an hour, it'll stop the site, but they're at lunch, so productivity wise we should be alright, but I can't see this lot finishing in an hour. This might be the end of the day, so I'll keep you informed on that. This is the status of it as of Wednesday morning. Well, Wednesday mid-morning. Right, Joel's just told me they're going to do up to that lamppost, or maybe just beyond, yeah, up to that lamppost. So they've got to do that bit in solid, and then right down there from where they've left off, just about to that lamppost. And then we have to decide what the middle bit's going to look like. Oh, and Joel says he's going to take down those two palms when he gets there, because he's scared of them falling on the new wall. And Joel says, weather permitting, all that formwork should be up today for the columns where we can do it, and we may be pouring the concrete in there. Here you can see the shuttering going up for the wall, the column. He's got a little spacer on the side so it sticks out from the front like the other ones. And he's just made sure it's horizontal. Then he's got these two, the ties, which link the one side of the formwork to the other, and he'll twist that in a minute. There you go. There you go, that's not going anywhere. Well, you saw it raining yesterday. It did in fact ease off, and the guys were working yesterday afternoon. It was all right this morning as well, but it's just come over a tad dark. It's dark on this side, but over the other side it's light. There's a bit of rain, as you can see. So the guys have shot where they can do it. So they finished that bit. yesterday afternoon. I think they started the man cave wall, so we'll go and have a look at that in a minute. And this guy's done half of this wall, so he's done a good job. Let's have a look at him. That's enough. This morning's render was that bit there. It's nice and prepared for the, I don't know what's going there, I can't remember. I think it's just plastic. Because fireplace is going here. Well, I'm going to go in the man cave because I'm getting wet. Yeah, these guys don't miss a trick, do they? Protected themselves from the rain with a bit of sheeting, and that's your row of block work on top of the ring beam to act as a sealer. Sealer, that's not the word, but I'm going to use it anyway. That blocks the wall to the roof. Yes, they're not hanging around, these boys. Excellent job. Well, it's raining again, as you can see. That's kind of paid to the guys working for the, what time is it? 11 o'clock. So it's kind of put pay to them working for a bit. Maybe it'll clear up in an hour or two and they can crack on. But I wouldn't be surprised if that's it, maybe. They can still do the plastering in the man cave and the garage, but really I can't ask anything more than that. So, progress on a Wednesday. So far, excellent until 11, and then it started raining. Well, me and Joy took a little journey down today. What day is it? Thursday. Now what can we see? You see that little wall there, just behind that blue bucket? Well, they built that because you remember it stopped just short of, just after the electrical supply. So you can see they've built that bit, they've built the bit next door to it. They've got a vertical column reinforcement just behind the lamppost. So that's obviously where they're going to stop. And the other end, you can see them pouring concrete into the formwork. And they built well, they built all that. Haven't they done well? And I think, to be honest, they're going to stop at that lamppost there for the time being, and then we decide the design of the middle bit. But well, we can safely say the garage walls have been done. There's still a little bit to do, like the beams on the ceiling, because there's a suspended ceiling in each of those 4 segments, but the beams are exposed. So all that's left now on this bit is a bit of render, a bit of splatterdash, and some paint. Very good. I think we can safely say that side's set out. We can see the middle bit is, I'm going to say, short of putting those what would you call it, the end pieces on, the middle bits set out, because those end pieces will be the last bits they do. And then the top bit over here looks pretty damn finished as well. We'll have a little walk around the back in a minute and have a look. And then they've started this bit here. So Joel's finished by next Wednesday. Might be a little, he might be beating that target. There's a bit of a bird's eye view of these guys. Here's a couple of stills. There's one where they're over the balcony area, and there's another one. He's just putting the finishes to the end piece. Right, these guys at the back, you can see they've made the infill all the way up to the top of blockwork, and they're now rendering the outside. Progress is going well today. Look at that. Excellent. And a little bit more progress. This is the, well, I'm standing in the bedroom, but I'm looking at the, don't forget that will be solid. And there'll be a wall in front of it. However, they're plastering the toilet bit and the washroom bit. Not quite sure how high those ceilings are going to be yet. To be honest with you, I don't think they're going to be that high, but it doesn't matter, I can make them as high as I want. Right, where are we? Dining room. So this guy here has put the world's most smoothest plaster I've ever seen, well, render, up against that wall. So he's doing a good job. And we're in the man cave. All that wall, the side wall, is now plastered. It's looking good. And this wall is half plastered. So it's gone right up to the ceiling, which is correct, because this may well be an exposed ceiling, this room, not made my mind up yet. And all the way to the bottom. So he's obviously waiting for this to dry off before he puts the next layer on, because the weight would obviously take it straight off the wall. So he's just waiting, and it's probably this guy, and he's moved on to there to do that. Look at him go. Look at him go. So that's, he's just putting the first coat on just to get it some thickness, filling the holes, that kind of stuff. Good morning, what a beautiful day today. As you can see, they're forming the column there, so they've built that up and that up and that up. They built all this in the last 1.5 days. Let's go and have a look at the other end. Right, I made it to the other end. There's the wall they built. They've taken the formwork off, so that's the cast columns. Very nice indeed. A little bit of plaster on that, it'll be finished. Now they're going to go from there up to the back of that light there. So they're making a trench in the sand so they can go in between it. There you go, that's the route they're going to take with the wall. So they'll start that this afternoon. Okay, that metalwork that you can see there being primed, and that is the last remaining bits for the front slope. There's a back slope, and you can see they've welded a angle bead or an angle bar all around the front. They've chopped off the reinforcing bars that were sticking out to make it neat, and then those bars will go from that, where's my finger, will go from that out as far as it needs to go to form another roof. Excellent. Here's the dining room ceiling joists in place. That's got a little bit more to go before it's finished, but they're getting there. This is the wall you saw on Wednesday. He's done down to there, and now he's cracked on with a side. That's actually in the bedroom. He's doing a great job. Great job. That's the wall that we saw that guy doing the other day. Wednesday, was it? Oh, Thursday. Now look at it, he's done right to the bottom. And it's as smooth as can be, isn't it? All he's got to do now is make good on the corners, and that's finished-ish. This is above the dining room and the kitchen, and the little room that you could call the stairs, and the stairs room. So they've done up to the top, put the first course on, then he's gone back for the second course now, and then he'll do the smoothing layer afterwards. Look at that. Oh, I must show you something as well. It's just between this guy's legs where this column went up, and at the top there where they've taken the props out both sides, this middle block was quite thin. I was a bit worried about it cracking, so they've infilled it all round with concrete now, so that's safe. You can see that's now safe to plaster over. There you go. This is the back of the bedroom. You saw where he'd done the upper bit the other day. Well, he's now cracked on with the bottom bit, and I must tell you, he's doing a great job. He's put the base layer on there. This bit he's done the base layer, and he's smoothed off the top layer. He's putting on the top layer now as we speak, and then he'll go back and do round the windows and the doors. Very nice. So I guess this is going to be one of the last views of the week. You can see the progress from the start of the week, can't you? I don't think any of that was in place at the start of the week. That certainly wasn't. And that certainly wasn't. They might have had 3 or 4 poles up there, but that's about it. Yeah, so we've had, let me stand further back, we've had massive progress on the roof, we've had some damn good progress plastering, the front wall's coming on a treat, yeah, the garage has been completely plastered, man cave's got 2 walls, the back's been done, it's been done on the other side as well, if I remember. The front wall's coming on a treat. Yeah, the garage has been completely plastered. Man cave's got 2 walls, the back's been done, that's been done, it's been done on the other side as well, if I remember. The front wall's coming on a treat. Yeah, the garage has been completely plastered. Man cave's got 2 walls, the back's been done, that's been done. It's been done on the other side as well, if I remember. Dining room's had all 4 walls done now. That's been done, and it's been done on the back side and that wall there. So that's the plastering in 1 week. Very good. So what next week's plastering is going to be is it's again going to take off, and it's looking good. Now the roof guys might work tomorrow, might not. It's payday today, so he's going to ask them to work tomorrow, but it doesn't matter if they don't. They're so far advanced. Then Joel will measure the ceiling and get it the roof and get it all set up. And as I told you before, then it takes a week, and then they're back on site fitting it. So that's it. Now, 11 o'clock this morning, what time is it? 11:15. I was supposed to meet a guy to talk about a water well, my own designated water supply. No, there's Joy. And I'm thinking we have it drilled somewhere in this corner, water storage tank, and then the supply going into the house. That'll mean that I've got unlimited water, no bills. I can have as big a fish pond as I like, and there's no cost to it. All my water for this lot is free. All I've got to do is pay for the initial drilling. I'm going to get 3 quotes, so we'll see what happens with that. But either way, I think waiting for the local corporation or the subdivision or whatever to get me a supply is a forlorn hope. I think most people around here seem to have got their own supply, including next door. So I think that's the way ahead. So I'll give you a progress report on that. Yeah, good progress on the construction side as well. Very pleased. And for all you health and safety guys, there's another one, another brave man. Excellent. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Still wearing the same shirt. Hope you enjoyed that, and a couple of bloopers for you. And I wish everyone a fantastic week. I wish everyone health, wealth, and whatever comes next. And enjoy yourself. I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye bye. Measuring the next piece for the roof. Measures it exact, puts his little chalk mark on it, looks around, has a chat, fastens it so it doesn't go haywire, and then off it goes. Maybe not. If I move back a bit, you can get the full gist. I don't want to fall down the cliff. Ooh, fuck.